Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is gonna be May very soon, and I am participating in Medievalathon in May because why not? I have a TBR. Is it ambitious? Yes. Am I gonna read it all? Absolutely freaking not. But I tried to give myself as much variety as possible to hopefully set myself up for success. So without further ado, there's a lot of books, so let's just get into it. I will link Holly's video down below. It's hard to explain this Medievalathon without visuals, basically. I don't really feel like doing that because I feel like you should go watch Holly's video. And so basically there are prompts that you have to read in order to basically like win items. There's items of clothing, there's weapons, and there's pets. If you complete a book, you get that clothing item, the weapon, or the pet. There's also a tally between 0 and 7 books read, and there's different tiers for what you are. So for example, if you finish 0 books, you're a prisoner. If you finish 1 book, you're a peasant, and it goes up from there. So definitely check her video out. The first prompt is to read a pristine book. So that would be a book that is in immaculate condition, and that includes no bargain books, no book outlet. Sorry, I bought like 90% of my books there. Nah, it's an exaggeration. But I did buy this brand new, no sales, straight from the bookstore for my birthday in November. And that is The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackwith. This book follows a librarian. They are a librarian in hell. They are in charge of looking after all of the unfinished stories. And one of the unfinished stories has a hero that escapes. And now this librarian is tasked with finding this hero. This sounds so weird and insane, and I love it so much. I really am excited to pick this up. I was convinced to buddy read this month, and I think that is like the push I needed. The next prompt that I am completing is for a shiny book. So for that one, oh my god, I just saw the reflection. This one will work. And that I'm picking Strange the Dreamer. This is real shiny. I love it. How can I get an angle that you can see? Anyway, so Strange the Dreamer, I'm not even 100% sure what it's about, but I believe it's got magic. Oh, there's a librarian in this one too. Do I have a theme this month? Maybe. Everyone has been raving about this book, and I found it on Book Outlet, and honestly, I'm here for it. I'm gonna try it. It's also part of my Swords and Stars challenge for 2020, so it kind of kills 2 birds for me. And I'm kind of interested. I'm glad to go in this blind. I believe this is a YA, so it shouldn't be too difficult. The next prompt is to read a book with your favorite color on the spine. Now, I have 2 favorite colors. I have orange and teal. Trying to read a variety, give myself like as much help as I can, so I threw romance in here. And that is Christina Lauren's Love in Other Words. Is this the last standalone I have to read for them? I think it might be, actually. I think I read all their other standalones. I'm excited to finish the rest of their standalones. This, again, I think has to do with books or something, so theme. But I don't even really know what it's about, and I don't care because of these 2 names. I will read it no matter what. I think this is a second chance love story, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of just like browse the back. I think it's a second chance love story. So next I am going for the prompt of a book under 300 pages. And for that, I'm reading The Messenger by Lois Lowry. I'm not 100% sure even what it's about, but I know it's the 3rd book in the Giver Quartet, and I'm making my way through the Giver Quartet slowly but surely. This is the 3rd book, so we can all be surprised together. The next prompt is a book with green on the dust jacket or cover if you're reading a paperback, which I am. So I am picking up Peter Pan by Jm Barrie. I am assuming it's going to be the same story as the childhood movie that I loved so dearly. And that's a little boy who doesn't want to grow up, lives in Neverland, comes to this world, takes kids back to Neverland, etc., etc. I'm pretty sure most of us know Peter Pan's story. I'm going to assume it is a similar situation. And I love this Puffin Chalk Classics, I think it's called. It's just so beautiful, right? The chalk drawing is a little ship. Adorable. I'm excited. And the final prompt for wardrobe is to read a book with a dragon on the cover. And for that, I'm going to read How to Train Your Dragon by Cressida Cowell. I love the movies. Hiccup is amazing. So I'm excited to see how the book compares, of course. I am also reading this for Swords and Stars, so that is a big bonus. Again, killing two birds with one stone. If it's the same as the movie, which I'm going to assume it's a similar situation, it's Hiccup's journey to learning how to train dragons versus killing them because he is a Viking and they are at war with dragons at this point, if it is similar. I don't know if this is a novel or if this is like he's like a notebook, like a guide, or I'm not even sure, but I'm just excited to pick it up. It is a children's book, middle grade I believe, so it shouldn't be too difficult to read. But there is a series. I'm not sure how many books are in it, but it would be interesting just for something, you know, you like something light once in a while, and I think this is kind of the thing that I'm looking for. We are moving on to weapons now. The first prompt I'm trying to complete is to read a book with something pointy on the cover. It's a stretch, but I'm going to pick up Anne of Green Gables. This copy has a bunch of birds on it. Birds have beaks. Beaks are pointy. Don't at me. It's true. Anne, who is adopted by a couple who needs help on their farm. They were originally wanting a boy, but they got Anne instead. And this is apparently lovely. And I'm excited to pick it up because as a Canadian who's never read this, I am a disgrace. And I am sorry to all my fellow Canadian readers. But I'm going to correct that this month. Next, the prompt I'm hoping to complete is to read a romance. Well, that's usually my jam, so I think I can do that no problem. For that, I actually have a book from the library, and I am planning to read 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Elston. This is, I think, a newer book, and I've heard a few of my favorite booktubers talk about this, and they said it was actually pretty cute, pretty good. The protagonist has had her heart broken close to Christmas. She goes home for Christmas break, and her family sets her up basically on 10 blind dates to try to get her out of her funk. I think that's what it's about. I hope that's what it's about, because it sounds amazing if that's what it's about. Sounds like something I can get into. It's very low commitment because it's from the library, so I'm hoping that it'll be as good as I think it is, and as you all booktube have led me to believe. Next, for the axe, you have to complete a heavy book. This was not difficult to find. I have a lot of heavy books on my shelf. Basically, I took some books that I wanted to read and I dropped them on my desk, and whichever one made the loudest noise, I'm going to read. So, the winner of that little experiment is Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. Topher from Indigo highly recommends it, so Topher, don't let me down. This is science fiction, like space opera, epic journey of like 8 books or something. There is a TV series, The Expanse, that's based off of this series, which I have no idea 100% what this is about. I know it's got to do with space. And it's sci-fi. And I'm here for it. And the final weapons prompt is to read a book you have high expectations for. Listen. BookTube, you have raised my expectations for this book, and I will be pissed off if I don't like it. Hoping that this will not disappoint me, and that is The Final Empire by Miranda and Sanderson. This is an old copy where it's still titled Mistborn. I got it from Book Outlet, and I got the whole trilogy in a box. So I'm excited to pick this up. I'm also gonna read and listen to this one just to help me out. I think it's like sort of dystopian or something. So I don't know, man. This coverage looks badass. Like, this is like, read me. Who are you? What the hell are you doing? Why do you have 2 daggers? I love it. I have high expectations. Know nothing about it, really. Will this be a fail? Maybe, maybe not. So we're moving on now to pets. The pets are adorable, and like, I literally want them all, but I can't read 18 books. I think there's 18 prompts. I just can't. Like, I got some hefty books on there. I just can't do it. But first prompt I'm going to try to complete is to read a book from your highest shelf, or from a high shelf. For me, I have all my poetry at the very top, and or most of it. This is a mess. I'm sorry. Like, it's not 100% organized anymore because, like, I just tried to squeeze everything in. But I do have most of my poetry on the top shelf, and I've had this on my TBR multiple times, I think, so I'm gonna do my best. North End Love Songs by Katharina Vermette. She's a local author to me, and this is about, I think, like, love and day-to-day life, loss, etc., etc., in the North End neighborhood of the city I live in. Something a little bit close to me, so I'm hoping that that'll make me enjoy the aspects of these poems a little bit better. This is a stretch maybe, but the next prompt is to buddy read a book. Now, what do book clubs do? They buddy read. I'm not sure if you have heard, but Kayla from Books and Lala has a book club, the Literally Dead Book Club. Basically, when I saw the pick for May, I lost my poop because I bought this for like $2 last year. And it's the pick for this month, and I am so excited. Because I have it. I actually have the book. So this is Fragments of the Lost by Miranda. I pretty much enjoy Miranda's writing, and her books are always about missing or dead people. So this is another thriller. This one is geared more towards YA though, versus the other books she has are more adults. The protagonist, her boyfriend died, and she's cleaning out, or her ex-boyfriend, I think they broke up, I don't know, her boyfriend or her ex-boyfriend died. She's cleaning out his room, and she finds things that she's kind of like, did what happened to him happen to him? I'm gonna investigate, because that's what happens in every Miranda book, so I'm assuming that's 100% what happens here. I'm counting this as a buddy read because I will be reading it with probably 100 other people at least. And for the prompt of reading a book that starts with a C, I'm going to continue my precious Shadowhunter Chronicles and read Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Infernal Devices, so if I knew it was about, it'd probably spoil it anyway. So yeah, basically I'm making my way through the Shadowhunter Chronicles slowly but surely, and as I'm filming this, I'm in the middle of Clockwork Angel, so I'm hoping that I can get to this bad boy in May, and adding it to my TBR just means I don't have to add an additional book to read. Smart, right? Last but not least, I need to read a book with orange on the dust jacket, or cover, if you're reading a paperback. And I am migrating this from my April TBR to my May TBR. And I'm going to pick up Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire. Portal Fantasy, kids, I'm pretty sure you all know what this is about already. I keep hearing such good things about the series. I keep putting it off. It is a novella. Why? Why do I keep putting this off? I'm just going to pick it up. It's big writing. It's wide spacing. Like, what is this, like 2 hours of reading maybe? Like, just do it. That's it. I didn't even find books for all of the prompts, but that is still, I think, 14 books. So, shit, I'm crazy. I know I'm not going to read them all, but I did want to find a variety. I wanted some chunkers. I wanted some smaller books. There's some children's books. There's some poetry, novella. Like, I wanted to give myself a good variety because I think that that is the way I'm going to succeed. I generally don't like to do back-to-back month-long readathons. It's a lot for me, but I couldn't pass this one up at all. So here we are. I will take June off and July, and then it'll be nudes. I'm panicking. It's fine. Anyway, if you're participating, oh my gosh, let me know because I would love to see your TBRs. You know how I get. Show me your TBRs so that I can change my TBR. You are. Good luck. I will see all of you guys in the next chapter.